Hey guys, welcome back. I'm currently in the process of stripping down my engine bay because I'm trying to get everything out so that way I can power wash it, scuff it, and then paint it because I don't like the color in the engine bay, and I honestly just prefer if it was black and all one color and it's nice. So what I'm currently doing, what I have done is I removed the engine fuse box, the engine bay fuse box, and that's all of that, and it's right over here. That one. I've also removed one corner light, and I'm in the process of removing the headlights and this corner light over here. But to do that, you have to remove the front bumper, so I'm in the process of doing that. I kind of forgot to record when I first started this, so sorry, gonna see exactly how it was when I first started, but oh well. After I remove the headlights and everything else, I need to remove the unicore hoses and the fuel filter and everything like that needs to move. And I'm going to do the brake booster and all that stuff later because I feel like doing that just right now. So what I'm going to be doing today is, like I said, the headlights and also the harness, the main harness for everything, the really fat one over there. And there's also some of the harness that comes up to the headlights and the corner lights and also the turn lights right there in the bumper. So I'm going to remove the bumper real quick and come back. Alright, so the bumper is removed. The styrofoam piece is just, part of the bumper, part of this front part right here. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to take that off just yet. I'm going to have to probably, I can see the two bolts right there. So I'll probably end up taking that off as well. Yeah, so corner lights are off. The turn signals are off. Corner lights act as turn signals and also the headlight. And these are just the actual turn signals by themselves. Those are off. And then you come in here. I haven't really touched this side just yet, but that side, most of the harness is gonna be coming off here soon. And also I started some baggies labels so I don't lose the bolts because it's probably gonna be a minute until the bumper and stuff comes back on. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the headlights off and be back. And just like that, the bumper is off up there on top of the car. The outside bumper and then the styrofoam piece with also kind of the bar that, I don't know what to call it. Don't worry about it. Anyways, when it comes to taking out the headlights, I think they're just 4 bolts right here. Here are these 2 in the top. And then right here on the side, this is usually hidden by the corner light. And then I think there is one right there in the back. Kind of can't see it shining through right there. Right there. So I'm gonna remove that, and then the headlights should come off, and that's it for the front bumper and all that. And I just need to work on getting the harness off and the heater core hoses. All right, so headlights off, whole bumper's off. They're right here. Headlight, corner light. Where's the other corner light? Oh, underneath it. 2 turn signals. And then we come over here, and I'm still working on the rest of the harness and getting it ready to be pulled through the firewall. I went and labeled everything on the passenger side. I'm going to do everything over on the driver's side. I just kind of got it all ready to be pulled out and everything. So that's pretty much it. I'm about to try to remove the fuel filter and all the lines and everything. I just removed one of the return line from the fuel rail. And I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. The tag and everything, boxes and everything. So I'm gonna get back to working on the fuel filter and also the heater core hoses and come back. So I'm trying to remove the motor right here. I'm pretty sure it's for the windshield wipers. And it's held in by 4 bolts. And 2 of them are super difficult to get to for no reason. So here's the 2 that are easy to get to. One up top, one down below. And then there's one right there, and then there is one way back there in the corner. You probably can't even see it. It's that piece right there. Yeah, so I don't know how to get to those 2. I don't like Honda right now. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, so that's probably where I'm gonna leave off for the day. It's not finished, but it's getting kind of late, so I'm gonna call it a night. All I really need to do is, everything is labeled. This wiring harness is labeled. The driver's side is labeled. I just need to go through and actually pull it through the firewall and then basically I'll need to remove the brake booster as well. And this will be pretty much good to go, wheel it outside and power wash it, because there's a lot of grime in here. I could hand wash it, but it just takes way too long. So power washing is the way to go. Windshield wiper motor came out. It was kind of a pain because that bolt right there in the corner, or not in the corner, but that one right there was a pain to get to. I don't have a swivel socket. That's on me, but I got it out, so that's all that matters. All right, so we're back here in the garage. It's a different day. So what we're doing today is pulling the engine bay harness out. So that one's coming out. This one's coming out. Hopefully gonna remove this the brake booster, and then we're gonna put on the forks back on, because the forks and everything is still off. So no forks in the coilover. Ball joint needs to go back in. Put wheels on it, push it out, and spray it down. So let's get to it. So it's been a while since I last recorded, but I got the passenger side harness through the firewall. Now it's just time to do the driver side one, which is kind of a pain because you go over to the driver side, there's a steering rack and a bunch of other stuff underneath the dash, so it's kind of hard to get to it and see where it's actually going to be coming through. But we'll figure it out because we kind of have to. Now, I took the passenger side fender off because every time I opened the door, it would kind of hit right there on the seam. So I took it off because I thought it'd be easier to have the door open wider so I can actually get underneath the dash on the passenger side. So I did that. I need to do that on the driver's side, but the bolts are really kind of a pain to get to, especially when you can't open the door all the way. And I can't open the door all the way because this bolt right here. But the driver's side fender doesn't necessarily need to come off at this moment, so it's okay for right now. And until it needs to come out, it'll stay on, and hopefully that'll be soon. So I'm gonna go underneath the dash and pull the driver's side harness, and also work on the brake booster. I will not be recording me doing it, because I don't have the camera for that, and also there's no space. So sorry if you're trying to see where everything's at, but I cannot do that. Okay, so I lied. I'm here under the dash, and I'm looking up at the brake assembly. Right there is a brake switch, which is what it's focused on. But what I need to remove is that pin right there, right where the shadow's going over. It is a pin, and after you remove that pin, the counter pin, you can actually push the bigger pin through, and then that's how you remove the brake booster. But it's gonna be a pain in the ass, and I know that for a fact because I helped my buddy do it on his RSX. Okay. Alright, so once you get the counter pin out, if it focus, there's that pin right there, and you have to push it out. The pin right there where my finger's at, you push that out, and it comes out this way right there. And we're just gonna grab it and try to. Got it. Okay, so we're back here in the engine bay, and what I did is I removed the two bolts off the brake booster. This is like the master cylinder, they call it, whatever. Remove those two bolts, those are tins, and then you can actually pull it out of the booster itself. And then the brake lines that are on the master cylinder are also tins, so I'm gonna go through and remove those as well. And then once I remove those, that should come undone, and then I'm gonna go back under the dash and remove the two bolts on the inside, and the brake booster itself should come right on out. So we're back today. I left last time because I was getting our progress done and it got aggravating, but I'm back. So today, hopefully we can finish up the engine bay just a little bit at least. I want to get the brake booster off and hopefully try to get this wire harnessed out. But to do that, I need to remove the top two bolts, which are like way up here in the engine bay. So, I mean, not in the engine bay, but under the dash. So I'm actually going to remove the driver's seat and then get under the dash. I hope to be able to do that today. And it's humid as fuck here in DFW. So I really hope I can get something done without me getting too hot and having wanting to stop. I'll have a fan on, but we'll see what gets done. Also, my buddy lended me his joint socket set. I have a 1/2" socket set, so I'm gonna be using that so I can hopefully get up into under the dash those bolts. Also, a buddy of mine let me borrow his Dremel, and I'm gonna go through here in the engine bay and actually be removing all these screws right here. There's this one right here, that one. They're all kind of all over the firewall. And what I'm going to be doing to do that, or why I'm going to be doing that, is because that was mainly just in to hold this like pad thing in, or insulation, whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. Those are only really there to hold that in, using these little black screw pieces. And because I removed it, and I'm going to be painting the engine bay, there's no need for that, so I'm just going to dribble them off. That way it looks a lot better, because having random little screws sticking out the firewall just doesn't look good, or I feel like it doesn't look good, so I'm just going to remove it. But well, yeah, let's go underneath the dash and see what we can done. Okay, so I got the seat out, and it is a hot mess. I don't even know what half that stuff is. So I'm gonna go through and vacuum that up because I'm not trying to lay in that. I got one bolt out. Now I just need to try to find hopefully the last bolt so I can get that out. I hate doing stuff under the dash. It's just a pain. There's no room to work. It's just, yeah. So let's just get it done. All right, I got them. There's only 4, but I took off some unnecessary ones, so I have like 6. I'm just a bit of an overachiever, I guess you could say. So, tagging bag, put over here with the other bolts, and now for the redeeming moment, this bad boy should just come right off. Oh yeah, oh yeah! Look at that! Come on out! Come on! Come on! Good. Stuck on the brake line. There we go. Oh yeah. I'm not reusing that, that's for sure. I got the brake booster off like I wanted to, and I also got the engine harness on this side, not the engine harness, but the light harness and all that into the firewall. So when you come into the inside right now see, obviously, we have the driver side harness, and then you come over here, we have the passenger side harness, and also the battery cable that goes all the way back to the battery. So that'll be it for today, and then I'll pick back up. So as I'm removing the proportioning valve, I basically got every single fitting off. Even this bottom one, these top 2, this one right here, but this one is the first bolt that I have stripped during this whole swap and removing of everything process. This is the first bolt that I have stripped. So that's kind of a pain because I have to still remove it, but it's okay because these lines are aluminum and they're also original lines. So, you know, you have to kind of bend it and do all the curves to have it fit properly. And I'm just not going to be doing that because I'm not running proportioning valve anyways. And the proportion valve has to go over here somewhere on the firewall. So this is going away, and because that is stripped, I'm probably just gonna cut it right there because I don't feel like doing rigid lines. I know how to do rigid lines, and it's just kind of pointless. I don't have a flaring tool or even the tool you use to make the bends in the line. With the amount of money I would spend on new lines, the tools, and the curving tool, I might as well just use that money to go towards stainless steel lines, which perform better anyways. So yeah, that is about to get cut. That is about to get cut. So the proportion valve can come off because that's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So let's do it. Okay, so my buddy showed up. We got the flare wrench to get the proportion valve off. The brake lines are off except for the ones that go into the wheel well. And we put the wheels on dollies, and now we're just gonna push it out and spray it down with power and let it sit so we can spray it off and get the nice, amazing paint to shine through again. So I'm gonna do that real quick and I'll come back. Okay, so the CRX is on the dollies and we push it out just a little bit. We don't want it to be in the sun because it's hot here in Texas, and we don't want the purple power to evaporate. So now what we're gonna do is stuff up the holes with plastic bags from the grocery store, and once we do that, spray it down and let it sit and actually get away the grease. Also, I need to remove the other side fender so I can get to this side as well. And I'm about to do that. here it is, the final product. The greaser went on, it did its job, and the engine bay just looks 10 times better. You can finally see that factory color shine through. There's no more dirt really on it. The only really downside is the power washer kind of took off some of the paint, especially right here on those sides, right there. So I'm gonna be repainting it anyways, but it's still kind of a shame to see that factory paint come off. There's some rust spots right here, but whenever I go through and scuff it up and primer it and repaint it, it'll fix itself and look better. So yeah, I mean, even this side looks amazing. Probably gonna have to go through and repaint the whole engine bay. I'm gonna paint it black, just that way whenever it is dirty it doesn't look too bad, because I don't want to have it this nice color and have it be dirty and have to clean the whole engine bay as much. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for this video. The next video I'll probably going through scuffing it up and painting it. I know I said I was gonna do that this video, but this video I feel like it'll be kind of long, so I'm just gonna have that be in the next video. And I do want to give a shout out to my buddy Young. I'm gonna put his Instagram in the bottom left, and then you'll go hit him up, like his post, whatever, because he's been super helpful. He helped me pull the motor out of the car. He helped me button up some things, take off some things, and spray it down, clean it up, make it all pretty. At least as pretty as it's gonna be for a while. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. So y'all stay safe, drive safe, and have a good one.